In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a generative NFT collection. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to have your artwork ready. And by artwork, I mean the layers that you're going to use to generate the NFTs. So in my case here, I have 6 different folders which represent the 6 different categories that my NFTs are going to have. So for example, if I go here to shirt, you can see all of the shirts that are possible for the NFTs. If I go to background, you can see all of the possible backgrounds. If I go to fur, you can see all of the possible furs that the NFTs will have. To give you a more visual example, once the NFTs are generated, they're gonna look similar to this one, which basically has all the traits put together. And if I scroll down here, I can see that all of the categories are here, as well as all of the traits. So we have background, eyes, fur, head, the same folders that I have here, and that's because I'm using the same traits that were used to generate this collection. So for example, if I go here to background, I can see Aspen Silver here, which is also being used for this NFT, and you can see it here as well. Now, different collections will use different categories. For example, this one has color, eyes, headwear, so you can see that is different from the categories that I have. The traits, the name of the traits are also different. Other collections have more than 6 categories. This one has 7. You can have as many categories as your collection needs. But one of the things that's very, very important when preparing your layers is to make sure that they are properly named. So for example, many times I see people not taking the time properly naming the folders and the files. So for background, they might put BG34, and this will not look good once you generate. For example, if you put BG34 here, then instead of background here, it will say BG34, and that's not going to be very helpful for users. So you always want to make sure that you're properly naming the categories as well as the traits. So and you also want to look for the style. So for example, the style that's being used here on these traits is you're capitalizing the first letter of each word. Some people prefer to capitalize just the first letter of the phrase. Other people want to capitalize everything. What's important is that you maintain the same style in all of your layers. So as you can see here, all the layers have the same style, which is capitalizing the first letter of each word. So once you have your layers and categories properly named and organized, then you're ready to generate the collection. And for this video, we're going to use a free generator called nftexport.io. It's a free generator. You can use any generator that you want. You don't have to use NFT export. Some people like Hashlips. For example, here is a video tutorial on how to use this Hashlips generator with no code needed either. Other people use paid generators. It will basically depend on your needs. For example, this generator can only do images. But maybe you want a generator that can do animated GIFs or 3D models, something like that. So we're here on NFT export and we're gonna generate this collection. So you're gonna click there, get started. Here you can see the full dashboard. I'm gonna make it smaller here. So we're gonna start with background. It's pretty straightforward. I just go to my background folder, select all the layers and upload them here. And I'm gonna do the same for each category. So let's do eyes. All right, eyes. Just drag and drop. And then I'm gonna do the next one. Fur. All right. Okay. Head. Okay, mouth. And the last one will be shirt. And shirt. All right, so once I have uploaded all the layers, which I have, I can focus here on the generator. So I have here all my categories and traits uploaded. As you can see, here you can see a category and it will tell you how many traits there are in this category. So it says 17, so 17 different shirts, 5 different mouths, 7 different heads, and so on. And if I scroll down here, you can see a live preview of how one of the NFTs will look like. And as you notice, my preview here is missing the eyes. And that's probably because the eyes are being covered by a layer on top. So I can just move the eyes here above my head here, and there we go. I solve for that. Another thing that you can do in this generator is to change how rare or common a specific trait is. So for example, if I want this green shirt to be more rare, I can lower this. If I want it to be more common, I can increase it. If I want to make a whole category more rare, I can, for example, do 50%. So only 50% of the NFTs will have a shirt. But for my example here, I'm just gonna leave it at 100. I can also make little edits if I made an error on the naming. The same thing here. I can edit the names here. You can do a lot of things here. So now that the layers are good, everything here is good, I'm gonna proceed on the right panel here. Here I'm going to name my collection, and I'm gonna name it Rocket Apes. I'm gonna generate 200 of them. So the collection description is just gonna be 200 Rocket Apes on the XRPL. Okay. The item name prefix is going to be the name that each NFT is going to have. So for this collection, I'm gonna do Rocket Ape, and here you can see a preview of how it's going to look like. So I'm just gonna add the number sign here, so it looks like Rocket Ape number 1. Something that's important here to notice is that the collection name here is in plural, Rocket Apes, and the individual NFT name is Rocket Ape, singular. I think it looks better like that. And if you don't like the number sign, you can just remove it, so it will look Rocket Ape 1. I like it with the rockets with the number sign. Now here for width, here let's do the maximum, which is 1600. So this generator allows us to go up to 1600 by 1600 on the images. On other generators, you can maybe do higher than this resolution. That's why if the needs of your collection are higher, you might want to try other generators, but all the generators are going to be similar to this one. So if you know how this one works, you should be able to use any generator that you want. And then here for collection size, I'm gonna do 200 NFTs. So it matches my description here. So Rocket Apes, 200 Rocket Apes. Okay, Rocket Ape, everything looks good. Layers are good, naming is good. So I'm just going to proceed to the next step. Cool, so here I'm going to preview and edit my NFTs. So here the images are loading. I can see all the generated Rocket Apes. Here are the first 100. Here are the next 100. So a total of 200 NFTs. I can also click on a specific NFT from the collection. For example, I can click this one and I can see all the details of the NFT, the name, the categories, as well as the trade names. I can also make edits to the individual NFTs if I don't like something. For example, if I want to change this background color, I can just click here on the background and I can maybe change it to blue. And if I like it like this more, then I just click here, apply change. And as you can see, the change has been saved. Everything is good. I can also here filter by a specific trait. And that's why the categories and the traits are so useful, because it will also allow users to easily search for specific NFTs within the collection. So here on my head, so for example here on shirt, maybe I want NFTs with the green shirt. So here you can see all of them. And if you're checking your NFTs and you notice that there is a mistake, let's say for example you forgot to remove the S, or you misspell like this, that's okay. You can always go back a step. You just click up here, back to generate, and it will take you back to the first step in the generator process. As you can see, all of my data is still intact, saved. Nothing was lost. So if there was an error, you will just fix it and then click next step once you are ready. So I'm just gonna again preview really quick that the NFTs are good. And okay, so they look perfectly fine. So I'm satisfied. So I'm just going to continue to the next step. So my collection is ready. It asks me for an email. So I'm just gonna put an email. And here I can now download my collection. And I have 3 downloads. I have the metadata, the NFTs 1 to 100 and 101 to 200. Whatever generator you use is going to look similar to this. Usually you're going to have the metadata and the images. You're gonna have 2 folders or maybe 3 folders. If you're doing other format like audio or video, then instead of images it will be audio or video. So I'm gonna start by downloading the first one. I have to download all three. So I'm gonna save it here on desktop. Going to create a new folder called upload, because we're going to upload this later on. All right, that's the first download. I'm going to go to the second one. Okay, and again, if you notice that there is an error or you missed a step, you can always go back to the previous step. Even if you're on this last one, you can always go back and regenerate again your collection without any issues. So I'm going to start preparing the collection. So I'm going to go to xrp.cafe, and this is where we're going to launch the collection. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to connect my wallet. All right, I'm connecting my wallet. And once connected, I'm gonna go here to Launchpad, and I'm going to create a new collection. All right, so this is still preparing. So I'm just gonna continue here. So it's gonna be called Rocket Apes. The vanity URL is gonna be Rocket Apes. The collection thumbnail, I'm gonna wait for my images to be ready here, and then I'll add it. So Rocket Apes. All right, collection description 200 Rocket Apes on the XRPL. Okay, here is the taxon. Taxon is the number that identifies your collection within your wallet. So for example, for your first collection, you can do 1. For your second collection, you can do 2. For your third collection, you can do 3. It basically groups your NFTs together in one collection. So I'm just gonna do 1 since this is my first NFT collection. For website, I'm just gonna use XRP Cafe here, but you can put your website, of course. On the Twitter handle, you want to put just the handle. You don't want to put like twitter.com or x.com. No, you only want to put the handle. The handle is enough. So Rocket Apes, vanity URL good, everything here good. I just need the collection image, and then I'm ready to proceed. So let's just wait until this finishes. And again, if you're using a different generator, it's gonna be a very similar process. And most generators should work with our Launchpad. If you have any issues, just go into our Discord and open a ticket. We'll help you very, very quickly on the same day. So it's pretty fast. All right, this is almost done. And if this collection was larger, let's say 1,000 NFTs, then obviously I will have here more downloads to make. Since they're broken in batches of 100, so I will have about 11, including the metadata one. But for this example, we're just gonna have these 3. All right, my download here is ready, so I'm just gonna save there, and I'm gonna start a third one. And while this is happening, I'm gonna check the uploads folder that I created on my desktop. And here I have the folders that I just downloaded. So as you can see, these are compressed, these are zip files. So I have to extract them. So I'm gonna create a new folder and I'm gonna call it extracted. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to extract the files and then I'm gonna put them inside this new folder. So let's start with this one. Extract all, extract. All right, this one is done. So I'm just gonna move it here. And I'm gonna do the same here. Extract all, extract. Okay, and I drag it here as well. So I can now check out my extracted files. So here metadata, I just have a metadata file there. And then from 1 to 100, I have my images and metadata folder. If I go to images, here I can see the first 100 items, as well as the first 100 metadata files. So I'm just gonna go back here and I'm gonna wait for this to finish. I'm gonna be in here. Okay. So let's just wait for this to finish. Let's see. This is good. Rocket Apes. URL, good. Everything is looking good. I can now choose the collection thumbnail since I have 100 images to choose from. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna select one I like. Maybe let's go for this yellow one. I like it. All right, so I'm ready to create the collection at least. So I'm gonna click here, next. And once it's saved, you should see this screen where we will upload all of the files. Here's a direct link to our Discord if you need any help at any time during the process. All right, this is done. So I'm just gonna save it in the same upload folder. So here I have this one and I'm gonna extract it like the previous other two. All right, I'm gonna put it here. Okay, so here I have all the extracted folders, and this is what I'm going to upload here. So I'm just going to drag and drop all the folders at the same time here, and there we go.